Other interesting cultural news, you have someone saying that stealing from stores is not a crime. And unfortunately, this person does live in America. Now, probably maybe San Francisco, we'll see. But it's one of those things where, yeah, the cultural decay in the United States has become worse and worse and worse. I mean, there's a time where, theft was at all-time low. I mean, Target alone last year in 2023 apparently lost $400 million in inventory. There's that much theft. And again, some of that is employee theft as well. It's not just consumers also going there and stealing stuff. You also have organized theft. But again, that's a lot of inventory literally just walking away, thereby increasing the price to consumer for everyone else because they have to jack up the prices to make up for that massive loss. Now this comes to us thanks to End Wokeness on the good old X-Twitter. This individual looks like an African-American woman saying, it's a quote from her saying, stealing from stores is a crime. Target enslaved my ancestors. Now, for those who don't know, Target has not been around for that long. And since the inception of the company, yeah, they have never had slaves work there. Spoiler alert. Granted, maybe this person went to public school in the United States, which has a 32-year low ACT scores. So the teachers union say they deserve more money. Fascinating. But not too much further ado, go ahead on the street interview. It's about a minute 44 seconds long, so not too long. Go ahead and see what she has to say.
Personally, I don't look at a crime. If you're going into Target, a multi-billion-dollar company, and stealing clothes, it's not a crime. You're resourceful.
It's not a crime?
Hell no. You're resourceful as You're homeless.
That's where we disagree, I think.
You've been displaced. I mean, because you're white and I'm black. There's a whole nother socioeconomical piece that I have never had access to. So you can go into any single place and put your name on a piece of paper, apply for that job. You're not worried about if your name sounds too black. You're not worried about if when you show up, if you got to do.
One little side comment here. Someone actually did a study, and they posted on LinkedIn. They were roasted by leftists, but they actually had the same exact resume, and they submitted it to the same jobs. All they did was they changed the name. One was a female name, one was a male name. They changed their, when they sign up for the application, they say, the demographics. Yeah, the male applicant got callbacks 9% of the time. The female, same resume, got 91% more callbacks for next steps in the interview process. Yeah, it's quite flipped these days in terms of employment preferences in the United States. Just on that quick side note.
Do something with your locks because it's inappropriate. Target enslaved my ancestors a year ago.
Target?
Target!
What did Target do?
If we really want to break down every single system that has truly impoverished our community, enslaved us, taken money from our families, and then displaced us as if now we're the burden to this entire city that was once 40% black.
Sure. But what did Target do, and at what point do we not uphold any values when we lead to...
At what point do we not uphold Target?
Fun fact, they were founded in 1902 by the good old George Dayton as a Dayton dried foods company, renamed in 1962 when Target, the name that we know, actually opened to the public.
To then give back all of their funds that they can easily give back.
But if we steal from Target, then we steal from CVS, then we steal from Walmart, then the Walmarts leave, and then all we have.
But we built it.
No, but then all we have are corner stores in Oakland when we run out all these large businesses, right?
Our corner stores are mom and pop's own. They're black and brown owned. We don't steal from our corner stores. That's the crazy part.
Security footage shows a man walking into Ideal Market in Oakland and seconds later ripping out the store's ATM. It happened around 10 p.m. Thursday night while the store was still open with an employee inside.
We have ATM as a convenience for the neighborhood, for the customers that come here.
But
we could rock into a
let's
corner
take
store.
Walmart's in Chicago.
Okay.
They're gone. Why are they gone?
Whose fault is that?
People stealing from Walmart.
Why did Walmart come into an urban city already and displace thousands of black people in an area where we needed housing first? Once we have housing, you can sustain yourself from there on in. Walmart.
Is that the most mentally vacuous thing we've heard all year? Let's include political statements in there as well in terms of that sample size. Very well might be, yeah. In terms of, Walmart is literally, no, not literally. Yeah, literally. Walmart was giving charity work to Chicago for, was it 17 years? Walmart opened stores in Southside Chicago and a couple of those areas. Those stores never turned a profit. And they were there for 17 years. So they're basically charity. No, they were charity. Well, not basically. 17 years they lost money. Not a single time broke even. Not a single time actually made a profit. And it was all controversial a couple months ago where, they decided they're going to close this down. And everyone said, yeah, obviously, they lost money for that long. It's so unsafe for their employees. Obviously, they're going to put it out of those areas in Chicago. I can't believe they stayed there for 10 plus years. After a year, you start to think, well, maybe this thing's going to be turned around. And almost unfathomable. Again, they were founded in 1902. And interestingly enough, they're also founded by what used to be a religious family. Target's fall a long way in that regard. But yeah, they're a great place. Great place. And yet, he's saying Target somehow enslaved them. Yeah, this is why prices are going up as well. It's a contributing factor. You have more and more slippage, like that's industry term for retail, for when you have more and more theft. And it's so disgusting. I mean, back in my day when I was raised, it's one of those things where we were taught where even if you go into a store, let's say you need to use the bathroom at a Starbucks, or you need to sit there for a little bit, you would buy something out of respect to the store. Yeah, even Starbucks, I do that. Just because you're using their space, you're using their resources. Like even if I just need a place to boot up a laptop and work between meetings, if I'm going to this establishment, I'm going to buy something from them just out of respect of their facility and their people and the company. And yet, this person is saying, "Oh yeah, it's totally okay to steal." This is also reinforced culturally in California when they voted for this. Remember, what was it last year? It used to be a felony to steal to $950. They decided to take that down to misdemeanor. Which again, in the public justice system, usually in terms of expediency and increasing the I was about to say sales cycle because I'm so oriented to sales, but increasing the efficiencies and increasing the speed of the public justice system, they will usually give you a quote unquote a deal to plead down, so that way you actually don't go to court, you just take the plea, and some people see it as a win-win. So instead of pleading from a felony down to misdemeanor, now they're going from misdemeanor down to basically nothing. In some cases with the district attorneys, they basically just let it roam free. And again, I apologize if I'm speaking too fast. It's something I am actively working with, and I appreciate the comments. Bring that to my attention and letting me know I can improve the show. It's just just increase my frequency or speaking quickly when I kind of go on a little too much of a rant there. But it's so just heartbreaking how much America has fallen, how viscerally, how far downhill the United States culture has decayed the past couple decades. Where you have the point where this person, not only do they have no sense of remorse, they feel encouraged to steal, which is just so bad. It's terrible. Now, one of the first comments goes, and again, pretty valid, got almost 1 million views and 19,000 likes. One of the first ones comes from Damn You, Race Electrician, says Damn You Target. And someone did a little, almost looks like a painting, but I know it's just a animation. But it's a Target store and they have a plantation outside, or a cotton field, and it looks like slavery. I got 1.7 thousand likes. America Papa Bear says, quote, "And this, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly what brainwash looks like." Yep, getting 2.5 thousand likes. Paul Suzupa says, "It's never a crime if Democrats say they need it. How convenient for them." Getting 781 likes. Salty Ghost says, "Is this not the weakest cop-out BS anyone has ever heard? I get to be a thief because some people did bad things when I wasn't even alive." Getting 1.5 thousand likes. Also, it was Target. They never did anything. Alex Hernandez, this is quote, "Yeah, I remember seeing pictures of the slave ships with the Target flags on them." Someone did he actually posted an AI generated picture of an old timey ship with a Target flag on it. Got 1.8 thousand likes. Yeah, Vegas Conservative News saying, "Well, considering slavery ended in 1860 in the U.S. and Target wasn't founded in 1962, yes, facts don't apply." Getting 163 likes. John Hawkins says, "Anyone who steals from Target will steal from your house, your yard, or pretty much anywhere. Thieves in one place are thieves in all places." Getting 279 likes, which, yeah. Rob Coates says these people actually believe that there's a separate set of rules that apply to them than the rest of the world. Getting 534 likes. Scrolling down more and more. The Conservative Alternative says, "Society will collapse because of this kind of rhetoric. Thanks, woke Marxists. P.S. She literally did the meme." The meme is woke. It says, "Adjective, a state of awareness only achieved by those dumb enough to find injustice in everything except their own behavior." Getting 473 likes. You have Jakey saying, "She's a loser. Anyone like her is destroying our country. This is your typical Kamala supporter." Getting 751 likes. Going down more and more. May says that piece that she has never experienced is called work. Getting 359 likes. Mask of Duality says, "Lady Target didn't exist during the time of slavery." Getting 526 likes. Rob Coates says, "This is Marxist 101, getting 269 likes." Yep. Your father says, "I worry about the content of her character." Getting 290 likes. I do as well. Going down more and more. I'm not trying to mispronounce his name. Izalida Dowding says, "People like this can't live in a civilized society. If they don't want to be in America, we'll go live where their ancestors came from and see how it works there." Getting 127 likes. You Glory says DEI is just brainwashing, getting 64 likes. Kathleen says, hey, F yourself, thieves using race as reasoning say it's okay. It says from Mark Lunchman, as a tweet says 1.6%. Only 1.6% of Americans owned slaves in the 1860 when slavery was at its peak. So if you stop basing your hate for the entire race for that actions of a mere 1.6%. Got 40 likes. I see there's any contrarian statements. A lot of people saying the Target was founded in 1962. Yeah, not too many contrarian statements. And it is emblematic of the worst problem in the United States. Because again, the more and more, a lot of memes. It's just, yeah, the more you kind of encourage this behavior, the worse society you get. The more, prices go up in part because of this huge, all of these increases in theft. And California being one of the best use cases, it's barely livable for most people there. And I just can't help. Yeah, I don't see how, culturally speaking, that's not going to work long term in society. And we just see this trend more and more and more. People think it's justified to steal from these places. Definitely not good. At this point, I'm not surprising anymore. But yeah, we've even seen instances earlier this year. There's a whole family who went down to Walmart into one of the salty snack food aisles and literally just ate food in the middle of the aisle, sitting on the floor with their children. Obviously, of course, it was junk food, and they just walked out without paying for it. That's how far our society has collapsed in the United States. How far culture is just completely disintegrated, being just a shell of what it used to be. And it's just so brazen because they know a lot of these people will not be prosecuted. They know a lot of these stores are too spineless to do anything because the insurance companies say you can't have conflict. So the stores just say, oh yeah, just let them steal. They'll build a profile of them in the system and ban them in the store eventually. Or more often than not, they don't want the conflict because they're worried about the insurance claims. And I understand fiscally speaking the short-term cost and why that's advantageous, but I can't help but think long-term it's costing us more fiscally as well as culturally in the United States to allow this to happen. Even when I was a kid, when I worked in retail, one of my first jobs was a bag boy back in the day, and it was one of those things where during training they said if you suspect anyone stealing, don't do anything. Because my manager was pretty blunt. They said, yeah, our insurance policy says we're not allowed to intervene in any way. And in the rare instances, modern times where we do see an employee do anything, they're usually chastised or fired for that. So I can't help but think it's continuing to fuel this just increased amount of entitlement, as well as this increase in shopping. Actually, let's pull it up really quick. I'm curious, how much theft happened for retail in 2023? How much theft happened in retail in 2023? I thought it was a couple billion. That's insane. Financial impact. Retailers, and again, this is Grok, the AI experience from Twitter. They say, quote, retailers experienced a total loss of $121.6 billion due to theft in 2023, with projections suggesting that shoplifting could cost retailers over $150 billion by 2026. How much did Target lose? How much did Target lose to theft in 2023? What is it? Is it 4? Jeez. $1.3 billion loss. Again, grocery stores are terrible profit margins. It's about an industry average for a grocery store. Granted, I know these Target and Walmart, they sell electronics, clothing as well. But groceries, it's about a 2% profit margin. And yeah, and geez Louise, billions of dollars of inventory just literally walking away. And it just gets worse every single year. And culturally speaking, I don't see how we turn this around. So obviously, culturally speaking, obviously one of the most important things is to have a nuclear family and a dual parent household to help, teach morals and values. And I don't see it getting better anytime soon. Maybe I'm just being pessimistic today or at the moment, but yeah, we just see the rate of theft increasing more and more. And again, it's people like you and I who have to pay for it at the store because again, the cost of the other goods have to increase to make up for those losses. So, unfortunately, we're seeing this increase in frequency. I don't think it'll stop anytime soon, but let me know in the comments, do you have any hope that these will actually, culturally speaking, will turn around and maybe we'll have some morals and values back in the United States before we know it? I'm a little pessimistic, but let me know in the comments because, as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback. letting me know how I can make sure better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.